Hey YouTube, Peterbilt Knife Guy. You know what's better than one Cold Steel Master Hunter? Two Cold Steel Master Hunters. Okay, so like I said in a previous video, I originally purchased this Cold Steel VG1 Samurai Master Hunter, and I wanted the CPM3V. It wasn't available, so I ordered it. But I'm a little disappointed, to be honest with you. This is kind of a a first impressions of a knife that I already had. So I've only owned this for a couple days, but I can tell you right off the bat, right out of the box, the one made in Japan is so much better. I don't know about steel wise, but just fit, finish, grind lines, just fantastic on this one. And then we get to the CPM3V guy. Now, the CPM3V has been out for a long time in this model, but they were made in Italy, and this one's made in Japan. Yeah, the Samurai is made in Japan. But the new ones, ever since, I don't know when they switched, but they're made in Taiwan, but they moved it from Italy to Taiwan, and they did a couple changes, and their quality kind of went down. And I could tell that from owning this knife for about, I don't know, 20 minutes now. But first off, they look rather similar. The Samurai version has a stainless pin, where the 3V has a brass pin. Honestly, I would prefer if they both had the stainless. I just think the brass sticks out on this one, but that's whatever. That's the least of my worries. Biggest problem is, I don't know if you can see this in camera. Look at those grind lines on this plunge grind. They are off by a lot. And look at that. The bottom here is tilted over to where if you look at the other one, perfectly square. This one's all cockeyed. What the heck's going on, Cold Steel? Not cool. Not cool. But that's minor. A lot of these things are just minor, but we're just going to point out some differences. So the grind lines are off on the newest version. The blade thicknesses are different too. There's more of a belly on this guy, where this has where the Samurai has more of a flat before it gets to the curve. It's longer, so if you hold the handles right next to each other and it focuses, we have a longer blade on the 3V, and you could tell the tip is just, what tip? Where's your tip at, Cold Steel? This one's got a tip. 3V, no tip. That thing's freaking blunt. It's sharp. It's sharpened like an axe, but it's blunt. Next, you can tell the depth. The 3V, the blade depth is thicker by, let's see, we're an 1.125" on the Samurai version. And on this one, we are 1 3/16". So it's a visible difference. It is enough to know. There's a 1/16 inch difference in the thickness on there. There is, I would say, a 1/4 inch, about an 1/8 inch difference on the length. And there's also a handle thickness difference too. How do I measure this? I'll just take my caliper. My caliper's screwed up, but let's just squeeze that right there. We'll lock this down. So the one on the 3V model is thicker, visibly. Look at that. So there's some differences. I don't know what they did. They made this on a Monday or a Wednesday or something, but yeah, these grind lines are way off. Tip's off. There's really no point to that tip. I mean, it's sharp right down here, so it will cut you, but backwards, no. This one, yeah, this one's got a tip for sure. Let's get a piece of paper. So this one, pretty easy. This one, if you stab it hard, it will. But this one, it just goes right through. So, yeah, not happy with that. I will fix that though. That's not a problem. It did come sharp, so that's good. This one I sharpened, and there's just a huge sharpness difference between the one I sharpened and the factory one. It's just, it's gritty sharp, but it's sharp. So it didn't come dull. That's good. Now for the sheaths, because there's a bunch of differences here. First off, this one, it does not, oops, this is the new sheath because I haven't even unsnapped it yet. It wants to, right there. After that, you have to shove it in. And it wants to sit cockeyed on here to where it has to shove itself over to get in. Whereas this sheath, with the one that came with the San Mai, just drops right in. Look at that. No problem at all. Then you would push it past its lip, but look, see where that one hangs out? And then that one hangs out. This one sticks out further. And it's the sheath itself, because you could swap the knives, and this one wants to stick out further too, to where this one wants to drop in and go where it should. So the sheath's off on the new one, just a hair. Not enough to be a problem, but enough to be noticeable. And then the boxes. Here's the box for the San Mai 3. There's the box for the CPM3V. There is a big difference here. Now, at first when I seen this, I thought, okay, did I buy a knockoff? I didn't. Both these places are very respectable dealers, so I do not believe it was a knockoff, but their boxes have changed. I went on forums here before I did this video, and this is the box that the newer ones come in, with the right size knife. You know, it's pretty much, it's not quite right, but it's close to where, you know, this isn't even close to the same knife size. So the boxes have changed, and yeah, the color's off a little bit. I don't know if you can see that on camera. We got a much deeper, darker blue over here. This is kind of faded. This one opens from the back. This one opens from the side. I just think they changed their boxes. It's not a fake. I'd be pissed off if it was, but I don't believe it is. And yeah, and then the etching. You know, both these are lasered on. This one's nice and dark and crisp, and this one's kind of like, I don't know. This one's dark however you look at it. This one's kind of hazy on both sides. So Japan did good. Taiwan usually does some good stuff, but Cold Steel's new Taiwan lines are kind of dropping in quality, because even my Trailmaster is overground and not ground perfect. So, but I mean, for $110, $115 CPM3V blade, if you know how to sharpen, it's not a problem. So, but anyways, we are going to be doing some edge retention tests between these, so stay tuned, and thanks for watching.